All right, take a look at the lines for Sunday. It's brought to you by Matt Black Kia. They want to get you approved today. Matt Black Kia, 6211 Black Horse Pike, Egg Harbor Township. Where they start, where they move, what's it mean, what's the best ones to hit on? Let's make some money, everybody. Chad Millman from the Action Network, the Chief Content Officer. And he joins us every Friday to look at the weekend, the NFL lines. Now we're into week number 6, so these lines mean a lot more than they did earlier, and we bring Chad in to see what he likes, what he doesn't like. All right, let's get into this here. Now, obviously, this year is very interesting because games could be moved and changed and canceled and flipped, and weeks could be moved. But what we got right now, Chad, is a couple of interesting ones I want to get your takes on this week here. So let's start off with this one, where I'm kind of interested. Started off +3 Green Bay, -1 Green Bay across the board now. Everybody jumped on the Packers, it looks like. So what should the people do out there?
Yucky. Just yucky. I like the Bucs in this one. Give me the Bucs at anything where they are underdogs. This is a classic buy low, sell high situation. You've got the Packers and Rodgers looking like an MVP, although they haven't beaten anyone amazing other than the Saints. Meanwhile, you've got the Bucs and Tom Brady, who forgot what down it was the last time anybody saw him play. So that's why you're seeing this kind of activity. But that's what always scares me. Like, Tom Brady is never as bad as what you last saw. A team at home as a home underdog is always more dangerous. I don't care that the stadium isn't full. There's so many other things that go into being a home, that go into sort of the home field advantage other than the fans themselves. So I'm going to be on the Bucs in this one.
Likes the Bucs there. It's +1 Bucs pretty much everywhere at this point. Opened up -3 Bucs. So you saw a lot of the people put money on Aaron Rodgers. Another one that kind of stands out. Can I trust the Dolphins? I mean, 8.5 it opened. I see it at 10 points someplace, 9.5 most place. But, yeah, the Dolphins won on the road last week. Now all of a sudden they're a betting darling?
Yeah, this one is really tricky. To me, it's a stay away. I love the Dolphins. I hate the Jets. The Jets are a dumpster fire of an organization. I mean, any organization that is deciding we're going to release Le'Veon Bell, who's one of the best multi-down backs, the best two-way backs we have in the past, say, 10 years in the NFL. And I say we like I'm in the NFL. I'm just a fan. But one of the best backs we've seen. And you're keeping the coach who has done nothing to improve this team. And while he doesn't have much to play with and coach, he just hasn't been very good. And he does not have the buy-in of the team. This team only gets worse. So years ago, it used to be you would have to bet on the Jags, you'd have to bet on the Browns, no matter what the number, because it was going to be so inflated for the other side. This is one of those scenarios where, like, if the options seem to be right now, bet on the Jets at +10 or don't bet at all. For me, don't bet at all.
A ton of movement in this Dallas Cowboys-Cardinals game. It opened up with the Cowboys being favorites at home by 3, and now they're underdogs by 1. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, same theory as the Bucs, right? Of course they're underdogs right now. Like, everyone just saw Dak Prescott and that horrific ankle injury, and then they went out and nearly blew it against the Giants. So, like, of course you're going to be an underdog, especially when the Cardinals have, in the first couple of games, played amazing. Then they went off and beat the Jets in convincing fashion. And so this is really about the Cowboys and sort of Andy Dalton. I will be on the Cowboys in this game. Andy Dalton was still a starting quarterback, if not a starting quarterback for a bad team. He's got a lot more firepower in Dallas than he had with him in Cincinnati. I like sort of having the Cowboys as underdogs at home.
Chad Millman from the Action Network here. All right, Bills, I know they didn't look good on Tuesday. Monday night, I know it's a couple days away, but they're a home dog here. I know they're playing the Chiefs, who just got beat at home. Do you like a home dog on Monday night in Buffalo?
I almost always like the home dog. So right now it's looking like 4.5. That is a really big number for a team
Right.
like
By the way,
the
opened at
Bills.
3, right now 4.5, 4,
Right.
depending on where you are.
Exactly. Open at 3 and now 4.5. So that tells you that where the money is coming. Like, you want to be on the Bills because you want to be against the public in this situation. The public is coming in on Kansas City. They just saw the Bills get beat up. I'm not too worried about sort of the fact the Bills played on Tuesday night. It's no different than playing a Monday and a Sunday, a Monday night than a Sunday game. Give me the Bills at home.
All right. You just said I typically like a home dog. You got Philly getting 8.5 at DraftKings. You got them getting 8.5 other places, 7.5 places, opened at 7. Do you like? I see it 9.5 at some place has it at 9.5 here. Do you like Philly getting points against Baltimore, or does that not matter because Philly's that beat up and bad?
Hold your nose and pick the Eagles. That's all. That's all. Like you have to. Like, and you know what's interesting? We've been doing this for it's the 6th week in the NFL season, and historically, like, you want to be on home underdogs. And the problem is, like, some of these teams that are home underdogs, they haven't even looked good at any time, right? Like the Eagles they looked terrible. You could argue, though, that, like, even though they ended up losing pretty big to the Steelers, they looked decent against them. And, like, in that first half, they played pretty well. That first quarter, it wasn't until, like, the end of the first quarter where they had a goal line stand. They had stopped the Steelers a couple of times, and both times got penalties to extend the drive and get the Steelers closer and get them in. And then they go off and they, tie it with Miles Sanders' 72-yard touchdown run or whatever it was, and then the Steelers come right back. And so in the span of about 3 minutes, you went from no points scored to 21 points scored by both teams. The Eagles have looked okay. Like, they just need to get a little bit healthier. Carson Wentz looked definitively better in the game this past Sunday against the Steelers. What scares me is the Ravens are a team that does not play down to competition. So you are sort of factoring that in, but I'm still going to go with a big home underdog here.
Yeah, some places 9.5. If you can find that place, if you have one of those apps that gets you 9.5, you're good there. By the way, you mentioned the Eagles and the problems. Alshon out, Deshaun Jackson out, Matt Pryor out, Lane Johnson out. So a lot of injuries. Keep that in mind for when you place that bet on Sunday. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Rhodes.
not exciting. Definitely not exciting. This game might be, though.
But look, the guys, those guys, they didn't play last weekend. So
That's right,
like,
yes.
I was on the Eagles against the Steelers, and I felt good about that right up until Chase Claypool caught his 4th touchdown pass of the game. But like that went from the Eagles being in a position to score the game-winning touchdown down by 2, and Eric Ebron potentially dropping a pass that was intercepted, to that being overturned and then the Steelers winning by 9. And so give me, like, I'm okay with that. Like, that's going to happen sometimes. There are fluke plays. There are bad beats. That felt like the right side, even when the team was depleted.
Well, speaking of the Steelers, there isn't a lot of line movement in this game, but it's two teams, AFC North. It's going to be a battle. Can you actually believe in the Browns? Well, they have a big test with this Steelers defense. I want to get your thoughts on Steelers -4 at home.
Yeah, right now I kind of feel like the Browns are winning in spite of Baker Mayfield, not because of Baker Mayfield. And it's really about their ground game, right? And so, to me, the Steelers' defense is in a prime spot here to beat up on Baker, make things really challenging for him. And the Steelers' offense, obviously, they have found a weapon in Chase Claypool. Ben Roethlisberger is getting more comfortable every week. It doesn't really look like he missed a beat. And so while I might have had some questions about the Steelers going into the Eagles game, I thought they played pretty well against a team that was matching them. And so I am going to be on the Steelers.
All right, he's Chad Millman, and, of course, you can get the Action Network on at actionnetwork.com and the Action Network app. And Chad Millman, of course, on Fridays here. We love to throw some games around. So, Chad, what is your favorite play of the weekend?
Ooh, I think it's the Bucs, to be honest.
You like that Bucs game, eh?
I really like the Bucs game. The other game that I really like, we didn't talk about it, is the 49ers as home dogs, team alert, against the Rams. Look, the 49ers obviously have been beat up, and I think that the public is recognizing that. Bookmakers are recognizing that. But they're getting a little bit healthier, and what happened last week against the Dolphins downgrades their value in the eyes of the public so much that at this point you sort of have to be going in on the Niners.
That's Niners +3. It opened at -3. It's a +3. I mean, that thing took a big flip all of a sudden. So check that game out. It's the Sunday night game. We'll have it on 97.3 ESPN. There's one other home dog. It's Jacksonville against Detroit. Who in their right mind gives Detroit a road favorite? How is that possible?
More importantly, who in their right mind bets this game? You're not going to have to watch this game unless you're in Detroit or Jacksonville. There's nobody in your market who's going to have to worry about watching this game. Even if you're getting red zone, you're going to be able to avoid this game because there's not going to be any moments in the red zone for these teams.
Well, according to the Action Network, 65% of the money is on Detroit. If you want to follow where the money's at right now.
Yeah, and so that's like, just don't bother. That is professional money. They clearly are feeling something. For me, this is a walk away.
All right, he's Chad Millman. And, of course, he's kind enough to join us on Fridays here at Chad Millman on Twitter. Go over there and check out their favorite sports betting podcast. Check out the Action Network app and the website. You can go to the Action Network to find out where the odds are for every single betting app out there. You can see where your DraftKings, your BetMGMs, your FanDuels, your PointsBets, what they all are up to date at the minute we're having this conversation. They might change as we're having this conversation, and you can check that out at actionnetwork.com. Chad, make us all some money.
I'm trying, man. Good to see you. Good talking to you.
Take care, bud. That's Chad Millman, everybody from the Action Network here on the Sports Bash.